Hi, it's Carolyn, the Contest Queen, and it's our monthly sweepstakes Q&A. Yay! And I forgot to write down who sent it, but the first thing we're going to talk about is instant wins. I got this comment on Facebook, and she said, I never win instant prizes. I thought, okay, we got to talk about that because there is a strategy to winning instantly. And there's a lot of different components to it, but you can win instantly. You can. And it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of instant win opportunities out there. You just have to know how to get organized. That is the number one thing I see people doing wrong is they are not organized. Every month I give away a sweepstakes masterclass, a one-on-one with me, and we go over your hobby and we see where all your pitfalls are, where your hurdles are, what obstacles you need to overcome. And one person in 4 years I've been doing this now has been organized. One. And that surprised me because up until then, I had never seen it. It's the number one thing people are doing wrong. That's why I say, when I'm teaching people how to win, I teach them how to find, organize, enter, and win. Organize is key. If you're not organized, it's going to be very difficult to win. And the reason I know this is because that was the biggest mistake I made when I started. When I started entering sweepstakes, I was making every mistake under the sun. This is also why I'm so good at it, because I made all the mistakes so you don't have to. I was entering giveaways because sometimes sponsors don't take the pages down right away. It doesn't happen as often now as it did back then because I started 20 years ago. But I was entering sweepstakes that I already entered. I wasn't remembering to go back every day. I wasn't entering, me and my spouse at every mistake you can make. I did it. That's why my book, I teach you how to go step by step. And over time, I fixed it. I took my marketing background and I blended it with my hobby and I figured it out and I started winning a lot. And everyone said, what's your secret? Hence the books. So what we want to go through are the secrets to being an instant winner. The first thing you need to do is find giveaways that have an instant win component. And a lot of the websites make it easy for you. There will be a section that has marked them instant win. Some have a whole category. Some have it as a component if you do a search. Some you can save them depending on the site. Some sites allow you to mark those giveaways as your favorites so you can come back to them every day so you remember to enter them. I organize my sweepstakes in RoboForm, but you can do the same thing in your browser. You can make a folder that says, instant wins or win today or something, and put all those giveaways in that folder so you know that those are the ones you want to go to first because you could win right now. That is a big part of it. The other nice thing about using RoboForm or say Chrome, I don't have an Android, it's rather an iPhone, so I don't know about Safari. But if you bookmark everything, you can go back to it on your phone because there's some giveaways I have found that you go to them on your laptop and it says, no, you gotta use a mobile device. They're actually designed for your phone. That it happens more and more. Or some are good on both, like the Starbucks ones. You can do them on both, but they really design these games for your phone. They expect everyone just to have their phone in their hand and to enter away for there. So the first thing is you need to find them. And you should use it in Sweepstakes Aggregate to do that. Or you can use a Google searches for instant wins that you're eligible for. And then you need to save them in a place that you can access them and enter those first every day to make sure you get in a winning opportunity every day. The next thing you want to do if you want to win instantly is to maximize your chances. So, for example, I enter me, and now my daughter's over 18, so I enter me and George and my daughter. So if it's one per person per day, I'll do it like 3 different times in the day and see, if it hits at any point. So that's another strategy to maximize your winning opportunity, is to enter for you and, your spouse or your kids. Also, a lot of times when there's instant prizes, there's weekly and grand prizes. So they've already been told that if they win the grand prize, they are splitting it with me. You need to tell people in advance, if you're entering them, what your expectations are if they win, and they need to agree to it. Now, I trust these two. I don't need it in writing, but there are people you may want to get it in writing with. Right? Okay, so here some people are talking about their instant wins. So Donna says she's won 30 coupons from free bags of salad mix from Fresh Express. There you go. A duffel bag from Pepsi. Nice. Echo Dot from Cheetos, Smash Boss makeup, and a $10 Starbucks card. Yeah, instant wins are fun. Not necessarily instant win prizes are huge. They can be. There's one that I'm entering, and there's one car to be had, right? And a couple of trip vouchers, and then a ton of smaller prizes. So you can hit the jackpot literally. Okay, and then my Life Feel Good says, hi, curious, what time do you enter your sweepstakes? Do you enter the wee hours, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., whatever? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not up at 3. Yeah, that's not happening. Now, I'm on Eastern time. This does make a difference. I'm on Eastern time, and most rules, not all, but most rules will be for Eastern time. So if you've got sweepstakes rules that are Eastern time, enter accordingly. So if you're on the West Coast, watch your clock, because if it's midnight for us, it's only 9 p.m. for you. And a lot of them end at 11:59 p.m. So it would be 8:59 p.m. for you. So you have to watch the clock when you're entering. It also is easier for some people to enter in the wee hours of the morning if they're on the West Coast, because it's not so late. If you're a night owl, you're going to be up at our wee hours. So you have to watch the clock, and it depends on your time zone. I am not a night owl. I'm an early bird. And it's funny because in my brain, I think that I will win instantly, mostly in the morning, which is kind of crazy because some of my best instant wins have happened in the middle of the day. Right? They're timed. So a couple of years ago when Monster was doing instants, I remember one day I entered a code at 11:30 in the morning. Boom, I won the bump box. And then the next day around the same time, which was shocking to me, I entered and I won the headset. Like 2 days in a row at almost the identical time. It is completely computerized. So there's no idea when you're going to win. I do think that most times when I do win instantly, it is in the morning. And I get up at 5:15. So Monday to Friday when I code hunt, I will get up at 5:15 to make sure I have enough time to do some instant entries before I go for a walk. And the biggest prize I ever won, which was the hot tub, I won at 6:30 in the morning. Occasionally, if I am up late or I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the washroom, I will go and sometimes enter a code. Sometimes I won't, depends on how tired I am. So I hope that answers your question. Margot, I won the Jameson's 1000. I'd like to see more contests and just wondering what's going on with the Twitter parties. I have not seen that many Twitter parties anymore. Wow, first of all, congratulations on $1,000. That's wonderful. And yeah, you just keep following the aggregates. There's lots of contests out there. My favorites are the summer with all the pin code giveaways. They're my absolute favorite. I usually win tons. Pepsi changed it up this year, so you were only allowed 3 prizes per person. So, I maxed it out in this house, but that was it. And I just keep entering for the weekly prize, and we'll see if one of us gets lucky. That's the only thing I can tell you is just keep going through the aggregates. Oh, you're on Pacific time. I used to notice that I went to enter after midnight Pacific time, I'd win all kinds of instant wins, but it's hard to keep being up. Yeah, because that's 3 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I know, right? And if you're like me and you're not a night owl, it is really tough to be up that late. Which contest has the car? That contest to win instantly is the Canada Dry giveaway. Their biggest prize is a car. It's been a car for several years. They used to have it where you had to find the can. And if you found the can that says you won a car. It was a vibrating can. And they changed it to win a car instantly. So someone's going to hit instantly and win a car. It's been like that, I think, 3 years. Pepsi increased their grand prize from $10,000 to $22,000 to match 2022. They stopped sending out. Last year it was Pepsi stuff, and they sent out all kinds of swag. Actually, it's been like that for several years. Postage rates have gone through the roof. They've changed it to all digital prizing, which I don't mind, but I don't like that they limited you to 3 prizes. And also, it kind of irked me that they made it a pin code contest, and then they said, oh, no, wait a minute, you don't need a pin code. You only need a UPC. So what encouragement is there for anybody to buy their product? Like, I know when it was pin codes, I know so many people were buying Pepsi, and now you can just buy 1 bag of chips and enter that code over and over and over and over and again. So I don't know. So that's the one that has the car that I'm entering. So if I have time to enter, then that's my best time. That's what I say, actually. Just get your entries in. Just enter. That's your best time. You can't win if you don't enter. That's the reason that's the name of my first book. Okay, so Cohen says, does anyone have any tips for getting codes from places that use dumpsters for trucks and they refuse? The refuse is usually too low for me to reach down there. Yeah, I don't dumpster dive. I'm very lucky where we live. We have blue bins that are uncovered. So if you go to, I should post it as a reel actually on Instagram, but I have it on TikTok and I need to upload it to YouTube. And I showed a video of what it looks like on my walk as I'm walking. Because a lot of people hear what I'm doing when I post some videos and they think, oh my God, she's going through people's property. Like I'm walking onto their property and I'm going through their mail or going through, I don't know what they think I'm doing. So I actually showed as I walk along the street, I don't even get onto people's properties. I just showed all the blue boxes and how open they are where I live. And if I go to Toronto, it's big dumpster after big recycle bin. They're probably about 4 feet high and with a lid, and they can be packed, and it's so hard. It would be so much harder to get codes there. And then I've talked to other sweepers and they go, oh, we don't even have recycling in my area because everyone would just throw garbage in there. So they don't even have that opportunity. And then there's other places Like when I was just coming back from Michigan, I was in, I think, a Meijer, and people were lining up to go do the bottle deposits. So if all those bottles had codes, I'd be standing in line trying to figure out how to get codes from people as they were dumping the bottles. Yeah, there's all different kinds of sweepstakes. So yeah, I have no idea. The only thing I would do is I would say start following people online that specialize in dumpster diving, and they go to the big box stores and find all the big things for free. But it's usually pretty clean garbage. Like they're not going to McDonald's. I mean, I know I've heard when McDonald's had Monopoly that McDonald's used to have to lock their garbage area because people would be going in there to try to find refuse that people had thrown away, still with the stickers on it, with potentially winning Monopoly pieces, and they would go through the like I don't, that's way too hard for me. I don't think I can do that. Oh, interesting. Instant wins are not my favorites. I love instant wins. The little ones, actually. I got my water tonight in my instant win. It's funny because I was out with a girlfriend of mine, and she brought her big water bottle. And I thought, oh, that's good. I need one of these at my desk. This kind, with a tumbler style for a straw. And then I won it. And the straw, I had won a gift card for a stainless steel company, and I had ordered straws and cups and all kinds of things. Really nice, heavy duty stainless steel. And it fits perfect. So I like instant wins because some of them are really practical, and some of them are food and all kinds of things. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Yeah, so Canada Dry and Pepsi. Yeah, Canada Dry you have to have a PIN code for. Pepsi you don't. Pepsi you just need a UPC. Yeah, so Brenda said, how about one of those grabbers? Yeah, those might work. Like I said, if you go on YouTube or TikTok, I don't know about Reels, on Instagram, find the people that dumpster dive. As one of them does it, not as a living because she works during the day, but they really supplement their income and their lifestyle, not unlike Sweepstakes, by going into these dumpsters. And she says, she either sells it, she donates it, or she uses it, or she gives it away. But the stuff does not sit in her house very long. And so they show you, they have tips all the time on how to do what they do. And they go into big, dumpsters at the back of stores all the time. So if that's the type of dumpster you're looking for, I would find the people that do it as a hobby and are good at it and have tips for you. Because, like we're saying grabbers, but I remember one, she had gloves in her car. She had a stool. She did something else. Like they've got it down pat. So follow them, and I'm pretty sure that you will get some tips that I don't know about because it's not something that I do. Like I said, I walk along the street and the blue bins are, just regular blue boxes, not big. They're like Rubbermaid bin size. And I don't wear gloves. I found them cumbersome. I just sanitize it depending where I am. I just sanitize when I get back to my car, and I wash up when I get home. Oh, there you go. Last year I won a blanket on Instant Win with Canada Dry, and I'll be using it on Wednesday at the Bud stage to see the Doobie Brothers. I hope the Doobie Brothers were a ticket win. And she says, I just saw Motley Crue in Philadelphia on Saturday night. Won the tickets from a local radio station, be the 25th caller. Oh, how fun. Yeah. Strangely enough, a lot of our contests have gone, the radio contests are not 25th caller anymore. You either have to text in a code word, or you have to be, so you'll have to do, so they have a show or something, what they're giving away, and they'll say, beforehand. So you have to text in the word and your name before the queue, and then they'll call out a name, and that person has 10 minutes to call in. Or if you hear like the song of the day, you have to be like the 9th texter through. Or one of the radio stations that I listen to, you hear the word and then you go onto their website and you enter it. And then you're in to win for the next day. So it's, they really started changing. Oh, see, bargain, only $25. It was concert week, $25 each. I heard that they were having a concert week. Oh, I missed the calling to the radio. I was more successful with that method. Yeah, and I think the reason is, so when there used to be contests where it was, 25 words or less, you had to complete a jingle. So if you've read The Prize Winner of Defiance, Ohio, or seen the movie, and even Helene Hadsel used to do that. You had to come up with a jingle or finish a slogan or something in 25 words or less. You had to be really creative. And some of those ladies were absolutely brilliant. Like, had they been born in another era, they would have been running their own ad agencies. They were just phenomenal, these ladies. And then it went from contest to sweepstakes. And the reason it did that is because only so many people would enter a contest, but it was easier to enter a sweepstakes. So more people would enter. And then it went online. And then it went to social, and people who were doing mail-in were like, it's online. I don't like this. More people are entering. Yes, that's the point. Companies, it's a bottom line, follow the money, right? They're getting more bang for their marketing dollar. And again, that's why it went to social. There's so many social media sweepstakes. Plus, the social media broke the barriers for smaller companies to start offering promotions that they don't have to hire an ad agency. Someone in the office can, take product pictures and use it in Canva and post it on their Instagram and have a giveaway. And they don't need a big ad agency to do that. They can just do it themselves, and it only costs them whatever they're giving away. Say they're giving a gift basket of all the products that they make. So it's not even very expensive for them. I just won a Meyer a stock pot, which is amazing because I had a stock pot, but I didn't realize how big the one they were giving away is. And then the box arrived. I thought, holy moly. I looked at the one we have in the cupboard, and it was only like 5.5 liters, which is like 5.5 quarts. Liters and quarts are virtually the same. And this thing is 14 liters. 14. Holy cow. I was like, this thing is big. I'm like, ooh, we are having a corn roast. I'm very excited about this stock pot, and I love to cook and bake. So this thing will be used. And that was on Instagram. And, I love winning practical prizes. So, but again, Meyer is just, it's their company. They're hosting their own giveaways on their own channel. They're giving away their own products. It's fantastic for them as a company because they can afford to do marketing that they wouldn't have been able to afford to do in the past. And I think that's great. And it opens up opportunities for us and to try new things. Brittany says it's extremely difficult to win a texting contest using a code word. It's usually a completely random draw, but it happened to my fiance a couple of times. Like I always say, you can't win unless you try. Yeah, it is harder because most people are going in. I have qualified a few times. I have won a few times doing that. Like last year, I went to see Dean Brody because I was the 9th texter. Woo! Once I qualified to win a bigger prize, but there was no prize for that. I just qualified. Sometimes when you're a qualifier, they have a prize for you, like, oh, you win $100 and you're in to win the big prize. No, this was just you're in to win the big prize. Oh, Kathy says, yeah, so actually that's the one I qualified for too. Lucky last year got a call back for the texting the word for Chum FM for a $250,000 condo. They told me there was 3,000 texts and mine was chosen. I didn't win. Yeah, I didn't win either. So I text in and then I was working and I wasn't even paying any attention. The phone rang and I was like, oh, hello. And she's like, hi, you just qualified for the condo. I'm like, seriously? Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't win the condo either. That's the first time I've seen a contest for a house and a fully furnished home, because it's not a home, it was a condo in Canada, that you didn't have to buy a ticket for, because we don't have, in the States, they have the HGTV home giveaway. And sometimes Omaze has them. We can qualify for the Omaze ones, but the Omaze ones are global, and usually people take the cash option. Okay, so back to now we lost our train of as I was answering questions. So back to the instance. So you want to know where to find them. You have to organize them, and then you got to be entering them. And that's the key to being organized. Because if you're organized and you sort them into folders or use a site like Contest Girl or Sweeps Atlas, I think Sweepstakes Plus has this feature where you can organize them into folders in your account. So if you find a sweepstakes, you mark it like as a favorite or something, or you put it into your listings or whatever, and then it'll bring those ones up every day for you to enter. It's important for you to do that. So that way, once you've organized them and then you get to the enter part, it makes it easy for you to go every day and just enter them. It's really easy. So that's, and then of course the winning part is, stay focused when you win. Now, sometimes in Canada, you have to answer a skill testing question. So when I won the hot tub, it said, congratulations. And then you wait to see what you won. And then it showed the picture of the hot tub and I just about passed out. I was like walking along, I'm pin code hunting at 6:30 in the morning. I forgot to bring a code with me to enter in case I don't find one right away. So the first code that I found, I entered it and I won. So it said congratulations. Then that picture of the hot tub popped up and you're like, okay. And then you have to fill out your name, address, phone number. And then in Canada, you have to answer a skill testing question. And I'm like, oh, please don't let me get this wrong. And I'm kind of panicking because I'm like, if I script this math, I've lost the hot tub. Thankfully, I got it right. And we have a hot tub at the back. But I was so scared. So be careful. I had somebody tell me that he won a small prize in the Canada Dry, but somehow he clicked on French. The whole thing popped up in French. He went to hit English and it erased everything. So he lost the prize. Never, ever, ever click off the page that declares you a winner, because it'll go and you have no proof and they have nothing. They will not give you the prize. So never, ever, ever. So I know it's in another language, but muddle through, figure it out. Just take your time. There's no time limit. Like, you can sit there and fill it out and take your time. You can pretty much figure out in another language the name, address, city, zip code, if it was in Spanish, if you're in the States. Don't click away from that page. Stay on it. Yeah, now, thankfully for him, it wasn't a huge prize. I think it was actually one of the coupons. So he lost a case of pop. Not the end of the world, right? But had it been a big prize and he clicked off, oh my gosh, that would have been horrible. So when you win the instance, now some of them will just say, hey, we'll send you your prize. Like the Pepsi ones, or the the Pepsi ones, I think I won a coupon, and you get an email and it says, congratulations, you've won. Watch your mailbox for the thing. And the reason they can do that is because when you first sign up for the giveaway, and it's actually smart on the company's part, when they're doing all these instances, they ask you as you register to answer the skill testing question. So they know in advance if you've got it right or wrong, and they don't have to come back and ask you. They can just mail you the coupon or mail you and this year Pepsi went all digital, and I was kind of peeved about that. Then we had to mail my daughter's dad a Father's Day gift, and this little package was $18. And I went, oh yeah, it's probably about the size of a t-shirt for Pepsi. Cost of shipping would have been more than the cost of the shirt. I could see why they went to digital prizes. So you're either going to get a digital prize like month of Spotify, so they just send you a code and you enter it, or they mail you a coupon for the product, or they mail you a gift card. So those are regular postage. So that's nothing. That's just a stamp. That's fine. That's not going to break their budget. Either that or they just email you a code, and then you can just use the code. Oh, I have something in my throat. I've been talking for half an hour. Thankfully, I feel that I really love this Oreo dirt tumbler. I have no idea why small prizes make me happy, but I guess that's a good thing. Oh, Claude says, math questions to answer on the phone stress me out. Okay, here's a tip for math questions on the phone. The first thing I ask them, is this bed miss? Or is this answering it left to right? Now, a good skill testing question in Canada will give you the same answer left to right or bed miss. That's the trick to a good question. I actually had one person say, oh, we've had discussions in the office about this. And a lot of times they'll say, just answer it the way I give it to you. So they'll say, 100 times 5. And then it might not be in the bed miss order, but they're looking for certain 100 times 5. Okay. Then they'll go add 50. And then they'll go divide by 2. So that's actually out of bed miss order. Bed miss is brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So if they tell you just do it as we say it, then bed miss is out the window. But they want you to win. Like, they don't want you to get the wrong answer. So they will help you. And then sometimes in the days you used to have to go down to the radio station to pick up a gift or a prize. Now they just either mail it to you or ship it out. They don't want anybody coming down anymore. COVID changed so many things. So when we won some lottery tickets, we actually had to scan our ID and send it in because it was with the lottery corporation, and we had to show, our ID for that. But then they just emailed us the prize, and we just printed it out and got our tickets. They don't want you coming down anymore, which actually is great because with the price of gas, it saves us driving around stations. It's better for everybody. It's easier for them. It's easier for you. It's better all around. But if you get asked a skill testing question on the phone, the key is to ask them straight up front, is this bed miss or is it left to right? How do you want me to answer? And sometimes if I get a really poorly, I remember in the past, I would get these release forms and they'd have the poorest skill testing question. And so I would write this huge diatribe right on the release form and say, this is a terrible skill testing question. If I answer it using bed miss, this is the answer. And if I answer it left to right, this is the answer. And a good skill testing question should have the same answer either way. And I have no idea which answer you want based upon the design of your form. And I would always get the prize because clearly nobody in the office thought it through. Yeah, COVID really did change that. I'm so thankful. Most of the stations located in horrible traffic spots and closed when everyone's done work, so it costed you your time too. Yes, that is so true. Kathy says, I still have a prize at Q107 from the end of 2019 that I couldn't pick up, and then COVID hit, and they wouldn't mail it to me. You mean they still have it? Is that true? Even now? Wow, I don't know. I don't think they have it anymore. Oh, and somebody said, or it's PEDMES. Yeah, we call it PEDMES. Yes, they have it. Okay, now I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know what it is and why can't you go get it? I mean, I almost want to volunteer to go get it. Yeah, probably not. I mean, after this amount of time, they would clear it out. Oh, Natalie says, I need a phone a friend option on the skill testing questions. Us in a public school system, a few sweeps have asked lately. That's a phone a friend. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. You have the people on the phone. You go, can I have a phone a friend? Oh, it's a Bob Marley speaker. Yeah, I'm guessing it's not there. Oh, you live in Niagara. You know what? This is a good point. She lives 2 hours from the radio station. So I do warn people in my book that if you're listening online or you live far enough away and you can't go down and pick up the prize, then don't enter. So, for example, if you live, 2 hours away and you win tickets to a concert in town, a lot of times what you can do is leave really early the day of the concert, go pick up the tickets at the station, and then, go have dinner and then a show and then get home or stay overnight or whatever. Make it a night of it. However, if it's something like a speaker, you're not going to drive 4 hours total for a small prize. So just be careful what you're entering for. If you're entering for stations far away, and then also make sure you're eligible. So, for example, we can listen to radio stations all over the world now, all over the world. You don't want to be listening to something across the country. So if you're living in New York and you love this LA radio station because the DJs are funny and the music's just fantastic and but their giveaways are all going to be targeted to their area. And you're not going to be eligible because a lot of times if you go and read the rules, it's only people in their state or region. So if you can't get to the concert, in that area, then you're not going to be entering. So you have to be cognizant of that. Also, when you're listening online, there's sometimes a bit of a delay. Now, if you're listening for code words, that's not going to matter because then you're going to have to go to the website and text it in after the fact, or rather submit it online after the fact. So if you're off by 5 minutes or 2 minutes or even 30 seconds, it's not going to matter. If it's for a queue to call in, which isn't as often, but still happens. If it's a queue to call in and you're 30 seconds behind because you're listening on a computer or a cell phone versus a radio, that 30 seconds is the difference between winning and losing. So just remember that. Can't they ask me to spell a word and check for grammar mistakes? I never liked math. No, they ask math questions because it's universal. So anybody can answer a math question. Because we're a globe, right? I mean, if you look at Canada and the US, and actually sweepstaking is huge in Britain, but I don't know if they have questions there. I don't think they have skill testing questions. I think that's us for our laws. If they have a history question for Canada or, something about the United States, not everybody's going to know. but math is universal. Every language, there's no language barrier with math. So you can ask someone in Quebec and someone who speaks French and someone, who's just immigrated. We have a huge Ukrainian population in Winnipeg. So say someone who just speaks Ukrainian and someone who just speaks, like, everybody knows math. Math, the numbers are the same in every language. So math, that's why they do skill testing questions that are math based, because everybody can answer them. There's no issue. Yeah, I understand, but it's a legal thing. Oh, I don't have it out right now. I put it away. But I have a book called Advertising and Marketing Law in Canada, and there's a whole section. Actually, every time I got a copy, I have the 6th edition. It has 3 sections on giveaways. And I seem to have frozen. I don't know what to do here. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, great. You guys can hear me, but the picture seems frozen at my end. So, okay, I'm just going to keep talking just for a minute, but the video is frozen. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to end early. I was so excited about talking about Instant Win Sweepstakes, I forgot to mention the giveaway. And if you look in the description, you can see how to enter. And I'm not going to bother trying to show anything. And I'm going to end it now because just talking with a frozen video is kind of weird. I have no idea why I froze. Okay. Yeah, I can't seem to undo it. All right. Well, that's a wrap. And stay tuned. I know you guys can just hear me. Stay tuned. Because I will be going live from the annual National Sweepstakes Convention first week of July. So that's going to be exciting. And good luck in the giveaway. And that's a wrap.